Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2025 Nissan Frontier Pro X.
And a big thanks to Red at Courtesy Nissan in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Red.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Frontier started off as Nissan's compact pickup back in 1997. Moving up to the mid-size segment for 2005, part of the second generation, and sticking to it through the third generation that you see here, released back in 2022 and facelifted this year for 2025. Featuring an updated grille and front bumper, new wheels for the Pro X and Pro 4X, a new afterburn orange paint color that you see here, and inside we get a new 12.3-inch touchscreen standard on the Pro X with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, an available 360-degree camera, standard tilt and telescoping steering wheel on all trims finally, and lumbar adjustments for the seats on the SV and up. Nissan also upped the max towing up to 7,150 pounds now, which isn't the top of the segment, but definitely very competitive for a mid-size pickup. We also get a lot more standard driver assistance technology for 2025. There are 5 trims available for the 2025 Frontier, ranging from the $32,000 base S up to the $42,000 top of the line SL. Here we have the Pro X sitting right in the middle of the pack with a $38,000 base price. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, first thing we notice are the daytime running lights. They're not actually flickering in real life, just the way the camera picks up the LEDs, and they look really clean. Made it with this updated front bumper and grille design. I think this might be one of the best looking new mid-size pickups out on the road today. I like the smoked headlight housing, LED fog lights down below. You can pick up your updated front end styling, lava red recovery hooks, or they're the afterburn orange. I'm not quite sure if they actually body color paint these recovery hooks. It looks a little bit like the lava red, but it also looks like it could be body color. Either way, ton of airflow for the radiator for the naturally aspirated 3.8 liter V6, which cranks out a lot of power at 310 horsepower, 281 pound-feet of torque, and a naturally aspirated V6 is starting to seem like a dying breed in the mid-size SUV segment, or really in any segment left out on the road today. We get a little bit of plastic cladding for the wheel well area, splash guards, same tires as the Pro X for the pre-facelift, but we get new rim designs. You get these really cool looking 17-inch rims, 6-lug pattern. Reminds me a little bit of a rim design from a pickup truck from like the mid to late 1980s. Definitely a thumbs up in my book. The tires are beefy too. They're all terrains. The Hankook Dynapro AT2's dimensions are 265/70 R17s. The 17-inch rims make these 70 sidewall tires look a lot more beefy. The 265 wide tires shouldn't have the toughest time putting the 310 horsepower, 281 pound-feet of torque to the ground, but we'll see how that is when we take it out for a drive. The wheel and tire setup is the reason you're going for the Pro X over the SV, and it looks really good with this afterburn orange paint color. We have body color mirrors, no turn signals on it. We have black trim for the window, trim smart access for the driver and the front passenger. Running boards, it's not the highest pickup off the ground. The Pro X does give you a little bit extra ride height, and the beefier tires raise the ride height a little bit, but either way, it's still a mid-size pickup. Not gonna be the end of the world if you don't get the running boards. I'll take a step back. Hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile on this really good looking updated 2025 Nissan Frontier. The gas cap, it's not push to open, but we don't have to pull any latches inside. No easy fill, and you can throw regular fuel in for this 3.8 liter V6. We get the same rear wheel and tire setup. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper. You can see your leaf springs, spare tire, which appears to be a full-size spare frame. Hopefully you get a good look at the differential and suspension setup. Not quite sure if you can pick any of that up on camera. We get a Pro X sticker in the upper right part of the bed area, and the bumper step, that's an option. We'll take a look at the window sticker in 1 second. The step, you simply step on it and it comes out, and you simply kick it up and it folds away. We do get LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights. They look very modern. Frontier etched into the tailgate. You can get stickers in the aftermarket to fill in the Frontier etch so it pops a little bit more. And we get the plastic Pro X specific cover for the Nissan badge area, which is also updated with the lava red inserts. We can check out this damped tailgate. We get a drop-in bed liner. It's also optional, and it's nice to get from the factory, but I would still prefer a spray-in bed liner in the aftermarket just for moisture purposes. We get Frontier etched into the bed liner itself, and we get 4 tie downs for for the bed. This is the 5-foot bed. We also have the 6-foot bed, I believe, available on all trims above the S. We get rear parking sensing too, body color rear bumper. Before we fire up this 3.8 liter V6, let's take a quick look at the window sticker for this 2025 Nissan Frontier Pro X Crew Cab 4x2 automatic V6. With a $38,470 base price, you guys can pause, take a look at all the standard features we get for the 2025 Frontier. 9-speed automatic transmission, $170 credit for not having the Nissan Connect services with Wi-Fi hotspot, $675 for the drop-in bed liner and bumper step. I like the bumper step, but I would prefer to get a spray-in bed liner in the aftermarket instead of paying $675 for the drop-in here. Anyway, $835 for the off-road style step rails. I wouldn't necessarily call those necessary either. $425 for the premium paint. I do think it looks really good. $340 for the tailgate lock. That's a must-have. $205 for the carpeted floor mats. $265 for the mud flaps. $375 for the remote start. $525 for the tow package, hitch, and the tow harness. $1510 for the destination, totaling us out at $43,455. But after you get rid of about $1,500 in what I would consider useless options, you are sitting at a much more friendly sub $42,000 base price. Fuel economy too, 21 combined, 19 in the city, 24 on the highway. Good numbers. That's why you're going with a mid-size pickup, and with the 2-wheel drive, you'll get an additional MPG as well. We got our exhaust tip in the lower right corner. As you mentioned, we're going to fire up this 3.8 liter naturally aspirated V6, and let's do exactly that and hear how she sounds. All right guys, that was the sound of the 3.8 liter naturally aspirated V6 sold by Nissan for the 2025 Frontier. And it's a high revving V6 sounding pretty good, cranking out 310 horsepower, 281 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission, sending the power to the rear wheels for this Pro X trim. You can expect 0 to 60 in around 7 seconds, so definitely a respectable time, especially considering the capability and potential fuel economy that you're getting here with this V6. And speaking of V6, it's definitely a dying breed all throughout the automotive industry, so it's nice to see Nissan still offer it in their mid-size pickup, and I also appreciate the hydraulic struts, not having to hold up the hood with my hands. That's about it though guys for the outside of this 2025 Frontier. Let's hop inside and see what we get with a sub $40,000 base price Frontier. Up top we get hard plastic but some soft leatherette trim in the center, padded armrest, aluminum door handle, auto one touch for the driver, power windows for the passengers, lock and unlock 4-way adjustable mirrors. You get a speaker in the bottom part of the door panel. The sound system, it's not an upgraded system, not the Bose, but it still sounds pretty decent for the bass. You can fit a 14-inch sandwich with a big gulp right in front of it, solid space. The seats get a sport cloth finish with orange contrast, Pro X specific. It's a sportier cloth material, so it feels a lot more rugged and durable for truck duties. You get lumbar controls standard now, SV and up. Electric seats, you can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats. Running boards too, they say Frontier on them. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So outside of the updated touchscreen, really not a whole lot has changed with this 2025 Frontier, and really not a whole lot needs to change. The reason why this truck is becoming so popular out on the road today is because you're really not seeing pickups in the segment with naturally aspirated V6s, hydraulic steering racks, and affordable base prices with dealerships not charging absurd markups on them. I've seen Tacomas try to sell for $55,000, $60,000, not even a TRD trim level. This is competitive with like a TRD off-road with 2-wheel drive, and I've seen those above $60,000, considering you can probably pick one of these up out the door for around $45,000, $46,000. I definitely think this is a way better value mid-size pickup truck, and with this updated interior, it's starting to look a little bit more up to date. Either way, the steering wheel is still that hydraulic rack, heavy when you're not moving, and it lightens up once you do start moving, kind of mimics the feel of like a 1960s, 1970s car when they were just starting to get into the power steering. We get solid 10 and 2 bolstering notches, not a lot of mid-size pickups get those. Nice 9 and 3, 3 spokes, perfect for your hand to have good placement no matter where you want to rest your elbows. The horn area has good graining to it, but it's just hard plastic. The horn itself, really loud and aggressive. People should be definitely getting out of your way. We'll do a window check. We get dual panes here too, so it should be a really quiet overall ride on this 2025 Frontier. The stocks have a satisfying click, auto headlamps, auto high beams, fog lights, no auto rain sensing wipers, wouldn't be expected, but the intermittent stock right there in the center. As far as steering wheel controls, we get our AM, FM Sirius, and then we can adjust the radio stations with it or skip our songs. We have our adjustments for the infotainment, you can see settings, digital speedo, off-road information, auxiliary gauges, bunch of those, trip computer, fuel economy, song that's currently playing, driving aids, tire pressure, auto start stop, and the settings. We'll leave it in the digital speedo. My personal favorite to leave it at all times. The tach goes to about 7,000 RPM. It's a high revving V6 with a coolant temperature beneath it. Speedometer goes to 120 miles an hour with the fuel level beneath that. Voice commands, you can hang up and answer your phone calls, volume adjustments. On the right side, we get our cruise control adjustments. You can adjust the following distance as well. The stocks, as we mentioned, have a satisfying click. On the left side, we have a trip reset, interior brightness, tow haul mode. We have a 360 sensor we can turn the sound off on, cargo lamp, traction control, parking brake, and hopefully get a good look at the pedals, tilt and telescoping steering column now for 2025. The dashboard is rubberized for the middle portion, the back of it's hard plastic, and above the gauges is hard plastic. In front of the passenger though, we get stitching for the airbag cover. The 12.3-inch touchscreen is new for 2025, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can see info, audio, connections, settings, menu. No standard navigation, unfortunately, and since that's the case, I'm going to leave it in this home screen right over here at all times. Shortcuts beneath, audio, menu, display. You can skip, access your camera, adjust the brightness and back. Volume dial has a decent feel to it. Tune will be the same thing. Frontier, underneath the infotainment screen, you can turn off the auto engine start stop. This is where your four-wheel drive controller would be if you went with the Pro 4X. Dual zone automatic front climate control. You can turn off the parking sensors, USB A and C port, nice little storage area for a phone or your wallet, some stitching for a grab handle if you're driving like a maniac and need something to hold onto, the gear selector controlling the 9-speed automatic transmission. The backup camera, pretty decent resolution, you get guidance lines but no trajectory. Throwing it back into park, we return right back to the home screen. Manual shift controls on the gear selector, a little bit of gloss black outlining it with some leather for the shifter itself. The cup holders, you'll fit 24-ounce bottles, nice storage pocket for a phone or a wallet again, decently padded leather armrest with a ton of storage. You'll fit 3 2-liter bottles of soda in there, nice pen holder as well. 12-volt, nice area for a radar detector. The glove box is damped. Not the largest, I wouldn't expect you to fit any license plates in there, but I would still expect you to fit 2 pairs of shoes if you're under a size 10. Just about a frameless, thin framed rear view mirror. It's not auto dimming. You got to pull this flappy thing to dim it. Sunglass holder. Interior lights are LED. Cool. That's about it though, guys, for the front seat of this updated facelifted 2025 Nissan Frontier Pro X. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the material. So up top, just like up front, we get hard plastic with the padding in the center, gushy soft armrest, decent storage. We get 2 tiers of it, aluminum door handle. The rear seats, they fold up, but you have to pull this latch to fold it up. Not really simple with one hand. You can also fold them down if that's what you prefer. Nice that Nissan allows you to do both. Not every truck allows you to do both. The legroom looks solid too. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall. The Frontier step-in running board is also convenient with this grab handle for the shorter passengers, and a little bit over 6 feet tall. I have about 3 inches of knee room, headroom, about an inch. So if you're under 6'4", I'd expect you to sit comfortably in the back of a Nissan Frontier. The only thing is you're really highly up reclined. I don't think the seat adjusts. Yeah, you can't recline the seat back. So you're sitting very upright. For long trips, not necessarily sure how comfortable this would be. And if I scoop my butt forward, my back starts to arch. So I wish they ergonomically designed the back seat of this pickup a little bit better, but if that's my only complaint with it, just shows you how impressive this truck really is. USB A and C port, mat pocket behind the passenger seat, air vents underneath both seats, no air vents to blow directly into your face, also would be appreciated. You get a hook for the driver's side grab handle, no hook on the passenger side, LED interior light. The rear window opens up, but you have to do it manually. Unfortunately, it's not a button activated process, and from the driver's seat you're not going to be able to reach back here, so just about a useless feature unless you have passengers in the second row. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of this all-new facelifted 2025 Nissan Frontier Pro X. With this all-new afterburn orange paint color, it really pops. The LED lights, the black contrast, the beefy all-terrain tires, and these updated wheels in this Pro X, they look really sweet. The power plant, old school 3.8 naturally aspirated V6, 9-speed automatic transmission and rear wheel drive. Let's take this 2025 Nissan Frontier Pro X out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now just about seen everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2025 facelifted Nissan Frontier Pro X. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions, the hydraulic steering rack has a lot of heft to it at lower speeds. I also want to make a correction. I mentioned that the blind spot monitoring on this truck is on the inside part of the mirror. It's not. It is on the glass. I just didn't originally see it on the glass, but it's still there. Yeah, the steering got good heft, but throttle response has very solid kick for a 6-cylinder engine. You take a step out here. Ooh. This thing can move. It's also tuned very aggressively. That was like a quarter throttle and we're shot to like almost 5,000 RPM. Even with these all-terrain tires, you definitely feel the bumps here with the leaf springs out back. Brakes feel good though. Once you're moving, the steering lightens up. Lean into it about halfway. Yeah, I mean, you look down and this thing is moving. It's a little bouncy, but quiet. No hum through the tires. The dual pane windows do a great job of eliminating the wind noise. And although you feel the bumps, it's a little bit of a bumpy ride, it doesn't bounce. So like the softer pickups that are trying to pretend to act like luxury trucks, yes, you don't feel the bumps necessarily as much, but after you run over the bump, you may bounce up and down a lot more than you would with a truck like this. And also as a result, you can hit corners much quicker. You can check out a real world turning radius and body roll test. Don't get in quicker than we should. A little bit of body roll, but really not bad. Turning radius, not amazing actually for a mid-sized truck, but it's good enough. It'll do the job. Worst case scenario, it'll do a K-turn. About third throttle. Strong, very strong. You can try one out off the line, see if it puts the power down with just the two-wheel drive. It should put the power down fine, but off the line on the gas. Yeah, puts the power down. Whew. Yeah, this thing is quick. It's not going to blow you away in terms of speed. The throttle response with partial throttle is really impressive, but then when you really lean into it, you definitely realize that it's just a 6-cylinder engine made with a reasonably heavy pickup truck. I mean, this thing weighs like 4,300 pounds. Brakes still feel good. Steering feels very good. About half throttle, or not half throttle, third throttle. Good low end, mid-range is good. It builds power, I don't want to say like an 8-cylinder engine, but like a smaller dual overhead cam 8-cylinder engine. Very good initial bite, solid mid-range, and up top, it is a screamer. We can open her up a little bit more on this multiple lane road. Looks like we got the chance. Partial throttle, and we'll lean into it once we're situated on the gas. Yeah, I mean, at higher speeds, you can definitely feel through the steering that it is a pickup truck. You get a little bit of floatiness, but it's not bad. Real world turning radius, very sharp on the gas. Smooth, powerful, and surprisingly quiet all around, guys. The road noise is limited, the wind noise is non-existent, and the engine noise you do hear during acceleration, but when you're just cruising along, it is silent. There's no drone in the cabin. It doesn't take a lot of throttle to keep this vehicle moving, and at higher speeds, the steering feels nice on center, well weighted and predictable. Not overly heavy. At lower speeds, you may get a little bit annoyed, but once you're moving, you're actually going to appreciate the hydraulic system that is still left in this 2025 Nissan Frontier. Overall, guys, if you're looking for a pickup truck, you want a pickup truck, but you don't want to spend over $45,000, You don't need full size. You don't have anything over 5,000-6,000 pounds that you would need to tow, and you don't have anything over 1,000 pounds that you would potentially need to carry. You want to get over 20 miles per gallon. You don't even plan on needing four-wheel drive because you don't plan on off-roading the truck. You're using the truck as not a pavement princess, but an on-road vehicle. You're going to take it to the store, Home Depot, Lowe's, 2x4s, taking stuff to the dump, so on and so forth. This is really all the truck you need. You're saving $10,000-15,000 compared to a full size. You're getting 4 or 5 MPGs more than a full size. You can still fit 4 or 5 full-size adults in the truck, maybe not as comfortably, but considering how much money you're saving, not just on the vehicle, but on fuel too. You got the really good looking all-terrain tires, which I know without the Pro 4X, it's not an actual off-road pickup, but it looks like one. And for the most part, that's what 95% of truck buyers are really looking for. So if you're looking for a $45,000, sub $45,000 way to get into a very capable vehicle that can seat 5 people comfortably, tow 7,000 pounds, carry over 1,000 pounds, and look sick, I would 150% recommend checking out the 2025 Nissan Frontier Pro X. If you plan on actually off-roading it, if you plan on getting a little bit better resale value out of the truck, go with the Pro 4X. I'm sure you won't regret it, but for 99% of driving situations, this is really all you need. And a big thanks to Red and the rest of the management and staff here at Courtesy Nissan in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Red. And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.